Heather from Paint to Real Fiber Arts, and today is knit, crochet, or work on whatever fiber arts project that you're into or would like to work on together with me while I am chatting with you and hanging out and working on a project of my own. Today's project that I'm working on is just going to be a crocheted little mini amigurumi turtle. I'm just making the shell, and this is just going to be the top part of the shell because the bottom part I want it to be a different color, but I figured all I'll have time in this video today is to make the top, so I didn't bring the second color, and I'm not sure what the second color will be until I start crocheting it up. I'm thinking probably white or a light blue, but definitely lighter than this color is. Light on the bottom, dark on top is the way I want to do it, and then I'm not sure what the body's going to be yet, but it will come as I get made. The yarn that I'm using is Yarn B Aurora Borealis, and it's in the color Tropical Pink. It is very gorgeous, soft, very fluffy. It is 100% acrylic yarn, worsted weight. It looks like a super fuzzy, soft, and it really is soft. It doesn't just look soft, it is soft. Acrylic yarn, and it's just really nice. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and Yarn B is one of their brands, and I really like their yarn there. For acrylics, they're very nice, and even some of their non-acrylics, like their cotton, I love this cotton, it's just amazing. Some of their other yarn blends are also really nice, and Yarn B is the one that's a little more expensive than their Hobby Lobby brand. Like, I love this cotton, I love this yarn, but it's worth it, and I think, and it's super nice and very nice quality yarn. And I think this would also make really nice hat. It would make a really nice scarf, like close to skin stuff, because it's soft, but it doesn't make your skin itch. And it'll just get probably softer and softer as you wash it. I've never washed this kind of yarn before, but I hear from others the more you wash it, the better it gets. And I feel that this yarn definitely would be that type. So I'm super excited and to see what it does if I do end up making like a scarf or a hat with it. But for now, I'm just making little amigurumis, and I'm having such a good time doing that. What are you all working on for your projects and everything? Just let me know down below. I really like hearing about them, and I enjoy writing comments back to each one of you and reading your comments. Thank you when you do that. Thank you so much, everyone that has done that. Also, I would like to say welcome to all the new subscribers. I know I've had a few new subscribers, and I am so happy and thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and hello to all the people that have been there from the start and have joined me throughout the time that I've had this. I've only had this channel going since August of last year, so I'm super excited to see how many people that have actually subscribed to this channel. Thank you. And hello again. And I hope you all have an awesome, wonderful week and everything. I'm feeling much better. Unfortunately, my son now, well, he was feeling fine, but he was having, I think he was starting to get a little bit of cold, like stuffy nose, but it wasn't really anything to concern with. And then he ended up participating in this really fun fundraiser thing at his school, where he ends up just doing running or walking, and then they earn money for their 5th grade field trips and camp that they go to. So they start this fundraising stuff in grade kindergarten, and every year they just do different events throughout the year to earn money for this, and one of them is this running one, and parents could come. And unfortunately, I was busy yesterday with appointments and stuff, and I had things going on, but my dad was able to come, so he's excited that Grandpa came, and he won this, ended up getting, because I donated $20 to it, he ended up getting this really cute, they called it a bubble necklace. It's just a necklace thing with like a thing of bubbles and a wand in it, and it was super cute and adorable, and he loved it, and he wore it all day long. But everything was going good with it. But I guess after he was running around and having a good time, my dad said he then started breathing kind of heavy and then started coughing, and then his voice sounded like he had laryngitis when he didn't. It was really weird. It sounded like it was like really hard for him to talk after. It was really weird, and I just thought that maybe he has exercise asthma like I do, but he would have been wheezing more, I thought, and it would have not, the breathing thing would have not just went away. It would have gotten worse and worse and worse until you get your inhaler. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I noticed when he does exercise more that he does end up coughing and kind of breathing a lot. So I look up the symptoms for that up online before, because I noticed that happens to me, but I'm more wheezy. And it said that he could have asthma or just allergies and breathed in something that he's allergic to, and it gave him a stuffy nose and coughing. So it's really weird. So now he's home from school because he ended up having a temperature this morning and just coughing a lot. So maybe he just came down with a cold or has some allergies to something outside that just didn't work out too good after running around, and he breathed it in. So it was just really weird because he's not allergic to anything that I know of, but this keeps happening when he exercises. I will have him go to the doctor and ask about it. It was funny, I forgot that this yarn didn't just come out this way, that it comes out around. So that's why I had the little ball thing on it. I was like, whoops. Anyways, this is like one of my first times using this kind of yarn, and I really like the yarn beads that I've tried out. The yarn bead that I tried out so far, I only tried out one other kind of theirs that you saw me with on my podcast before, the no pill or something. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was like purples and yellows and greens and blues, super pretty. And I was making a octopus with it. Well, I decided I was going to make something else with it because that yarn is super thick, but it's super nice. It's really thick worsted, and the octopus would have came out really big, and I just wanted it a little smaller, so I decided I'm just going to make something else with it. But it's going to be cool whatever I do. I was thinking maybe some hair bands or some kind of accessory like a bag, or amigurumi. If I want to make it a little bigger, I'll just use a smaller hook with it. We'll see what happens, but I really enjoyed working with it. It was super easy to work with. Yarn bee seems to be the kind of yarn that just whips up fast. Oh, and then I did use another one of theirs. I used their glow one recently, and that was super fun to work with. It's like two strands of yarn, two different colors wrapped together, and then it goes into different colors. So it goes from green and black all the way down to like green and blue, and it's super cool. And it was it was the green one, green and blue one, and black, and it had different other different various shades in it, since it was very multicolored, but it was more longer multicolored. It wasn't like splattered all over the place. It was like you have chunks of it, but not as chunky as a stripe. So it was super nice. I thought I would make a nice hat with it, or a nice scarf just like this, because it was so soft. This stuff is actually, glow is a little softer than this, but just as soft. It's super nice. Really liked working with it. I was wondering why this other girl, when I was at the store going to get it, she was like walking up the aisles, and she looked like one of those people that's really picky on yarn, and she just walked up and she goes, pretty! Like, she liked the color and was considering getting it, and I was like, I just get 2 of these because I never played with it before, and they just look so pretty. And I got like you saw in the yarn haul the 2 colors I got of it if you watched that video, but if not, it was like the pink, it was various shades of pink and stuff, and then the green one. It was very green and blue sea colors it reminded me of. It was so funny when I was there and I couldn't decide, and she walked by as I was like picking them out and said, I just thought it was like, but she wanted like more of the purple one. There was like a purpley looking one that I almost put in my cart, but I was like looking at the prices after. I was like, I think I have enough. And also the other end of it was, I was like, I don't know about this. I never played with it, but it was so worth getting. It so was. And 30% off of all their yarns there that day was just so worth it. Like, that doesn't happen that often at Hobby Lobby. But anyway, so yeah, my son was home from school today, and he's been very good. He's just hanging out on his computer, and he seems fine, just coughing a lot, and just seems kind of tired, and keeps asking if he's going back to school tomorrow and stuff. And he still has a little bit of homework that we'll do later when he's not coughing as much. He seemed more like he just wanted the coughing to stop than anything. So he was trying to eat and he kept coughing. I just kept telling him to drink more water to make it go away. And it was helping. And I gave him a little honey. That always helps with coughs. And although he's not big into honey, he thinks it's too sweet. He's just like, eh. But we got some really good honey that he actually puts up with, so it worked out good. So I didn't have to try to tell him that he'll get like a sweet reward, like a cookie or candy if he ate it, because I don't give him sweets that often due to all the cavities he's had. So he knows sweets are a special reward. But anyways, I'm super excited to make this cute little turtle amigurumi. It's gonna be so fun. Its shell's gonna look super cute. It's just gonna kind of begin to look around like a hat. You see me with these little turtles on my podcast, or if you looked at my Instagram, and then the shell part just looks like a hat with like a flat thing under it, because you do the back loop and it flattens out, and then you connect the legs and head and tail to it, and it's super fun, easy to make pattern, and I really like it. The only thing I'm not liking about this yarn is because some of the colors are darker. So as you go around, the dark blue, like, it's really hard to see where you put your crochet hook, or if you're using needles, your knitting needles. That's my only problem. And it's a rainy day outside, so this room is not as bright as it usually is. And I want to get some better lighting though in the house, with lighting not just for videoing but for just in general, because the lighting in this house I always think is really yucky, especially as it gets darker in the house, and this house just doesn't have as good a lighting as I feel it should. Anyways, so that's what's going on today with me. Yesterday I had a really busy day. I would have did this video on Wednesday, because I want to do these videos every Wednesday or Thursday if Wednesday just happens to be busy, and that's just what happened. So that's why the video didn't end up getting up yesterday. I was in the middle of trying to make it, and all the batteries for my camera were like dead. So I was like, all right, I'll just do it on Thursday instead. I was like, that's okay, because I was super tired yesterday, so it's much better that I'm talking to all you today rather than yesterday, because I would have just been like kind of pausing a lot because of being so tired. But anyways, I've been having a really good week, feeling better now that I'm not sick anymore. I hope that if my son is sick that I don't get it, considering his classroom had the flu going around, pink eye going around, and even had lice going around, and they had 7 kids out a few days ago, and the teacher even ended up getting laryngitis. So I was like, oh my gosh, I hope to not be getting any of those. Although my son has had the flu shot, it doesn't cover all the flus, but it covers majority of them. But I haven't gotten my flu shot yet, and I need to get one, so that way I don't end up getting it. So I was like, I don't want to get it. And the hubby needs to get his too, so that way he doesn't get sick. So I've been playing my video game lately. I've been playing Epic Games Royal Fortnite, and it is just so addicting. If you don't know what this game's about, or you haven't heard of it or anything, it's pretty much where you can play as a group of people of I think it's 4 or 5, or you can play 2 players, 2 of you or something, or you can just play solo by yourself. And I've been playing the solo one a lot lately, and pretty much you're in the solo one, there's 100 people, 99 other people playing with you, and you're one of 100, and you end up going on this air balloon thing and getting dropped off, and with just an axe, and you have to chop some wood and build forts in it to keep yourself safe, as well as and create safety walls and forts and stuff, as well as collecting weapons. And then if you are the sole survivor at the end, you're the winner. So meanwhile, people are going around killing you. And in a lot of these kind of games, like PUBG, for example, you're just running around, and the object is to kill everybody, and you be the sole survivor. And everybody's coming at you with all their weapons. Well, this is everybody's coming at you, but you also gotta build. So you're building and running around, and it's quite adventurous, and it's really a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun playing with the hubby, and he's like really, really good at video games. So it was fun when we were doing a team, and we made it all the way to third place it was, and he made it second place on solo. But I wasn't surprised. And then I made it to like 5th place one time, which was so cool. But anyways, it's really fun. The game still isn't finished, but it's like gonna be really cool once they finish it. But it's a really good game so far, and you can play it on the iPad, on your phone. You can play it on the computer. You can play it on the PlayStation. You can play it on the Xbox. You can play it on. I don't know if you can play it on the Wii Switch yet, but Nintendo Switch, but I know you can play it all other systems, which is awesome and so fun, and it makes it even cooler than ever. And then the other game that I'm looking into is the PUBG game as I'm playing, because it's very similar to this, but it looks a little different, so I'm not sure if I want to play that or not. So, but we do have Steam games, and we love Steam games here in our house. And then my son's been wanting us to play Roblox, which is his video games that they look like little black characters, and they have different, all kinds of different games you do with them on this big, huge webpage. It has like a ton of them. You can even build your own game if you want, and it's super fun. You get to run around as a Lego-looking character, kind of. It's like a Lego character, but it's mostly like black-shaped, and do various things. And my son likes playing that, so we've been having family game night every night, and he's been having a lot of fun with that together with me and the hubby. So it's like so fun. And I've also been watching the show Love on Netflix. I finished the season 2, and then I ended up in season 3. And I talked a little about this before, but Love is just like these two people that are least likely probably to fall in love, you think, but they end up falling in love, and they met randomly, and they have a bunch of adventures together, and it's just interesting to see how he handles her, because she's so different than him, and how she handles him because he's so different than her. But at the end of the day, they love each other, and they're happy, and that's all that matters pretty much. And then she has a roommate, and she has a relationship going on. You get to see that relationship, and you get to see a couple other characters pop in and out. But the main characters are just the girl Mickey and Gus, which are the main couple, and then her roommate and her boyfriend. And it's just really fun show to watch. I watched the first season. I really liked it, and then I watched part of the second season. I didn't want it to end yet, but then so that's why I just paused it for a while, and then I came back to it when I heard season 3 was out. But then I was like, season 3 is the last one. I don't want it to be the last season. It's just so good. I want it to keep going, but they do got to end it at some point, because it just becomes kind of a little just repetitive after a while, I guess they felt, or maybe the actors and actresses needed to move on, and that was a good way to do it. But yeah, it's just a really good show. And another good one that I was watching was Hard Sun. I'm going to finally watch the last episode either today or tomorrow. I'm super excited. And that is, Love is a Netflix show, and Hard Sun is the Hulu show that I was watching. It's super good, and it's like, what would you do if you found out the world was going to end in 5 years, and the certain groups didn't want it to spread, do not wanting chaos, and they just go after them. And it's just interesting to see how they handle it. and everything, handle this big giant secret that's a big weight on them, and every time they want to share it, bad things happen, or they try to stop them from sharing it. And then another show that I was watching is what one was it? Oh, I'm watching The Deception Show. That's really good. I watched the second episode. And then that's a new show that's out on there that I talked about before. I also watching I finally made it to another episode on Black Mirror. I watched the one that was like the dating one. I'm on the last season of it, and there's like 3 or 4 episodes left, and I made it to the dating one, and then where these 2 couples are stuck, and they continuously have to go on dates until they find the one, pretty much, that they're meant to be with forever. And in the end, that ends up happening, but not in the way that they thought it would. And yeah, because it's a very weird. It's like this computerized system that they're stuck in, and they have to continuously date each other over and over and over, different people, for X amount of time. And if they don't do it, then bad things happen, or they just get taken away or something, and they didn't want that to happen, so they just go around and around in this dating circle of lots and lots of people until they are told that that's the one they're meant to be with forever, and supposedly live happily ever after. But that's not exactly what happens. Like, you watch the episode to find out. And then the episode that I watched after that was like a really weird one. It didn't really explain much was going on, but it was like they're in this weird, it was almost like you're in a video game, and they were trying to get away from these robotic creature things that were like shooting things at them and killing them, and if they tried to attack the creatures, then they are really hard to kill, and if you get any shrapnel of the things, then you're kind of targeted to get more of them, and at the same time you're weakened, and at the same time sometimes can't get all the shrapnel out of you, so you're stuck with either shrapnel in you, which will kill you, or eventually the things will find you and you're just so weakened by it that you will die. And it was just really weird, and it just kept happening over and over, like this one lady battling it out with it, and it was just like quite interesting to watch. But anyways, I'll let you watch it and see what you think about it. But yeah, it's a really crazy, weird, another piece of technology, kind of post I can't even describe it, just futuristic world where you're just the sole survivors of this, because there's just many things just killing people off, and in this case it's these robot things, and then other things it's other pieces of technology. And that's why Dark Mirror is just so interesting to watch, because it's just like hard to wrap your mind around things that if they did exist would be really scary world. And these worlds that they create are just interesting and just scary pieces of technology in it that go wrong, or scary secrets that get out, or some kind of political thing going on that goes wrong, and it's just like, wow, what else can go wrong, and stuff. And it's just like, wow, I hope they have another season of it, and I just want to keep watching it, and it's just so addicting. So yeah, those are my things going for entertainment besides crochet that I've been doing. And I obviously always watch YouTube and podcasts, and watch a ton of those. One day maybe I'll do a shout out video, but there's just so many of them that if I did that, it would be like a really, really long video, because I just am always looking for the newest podcast and so forth, and continuously talking to the podcast, some of the people that I really enjoy watching, that I have been watching, and then I continuously always wanting to talk to more people, and more videos, and it's just like I just really love listening to them and watching them while I crochet, and it's just so fun to see what they make, and it makes me want to make everything. So I just really love watching all of them, and so that's why I can't really say I have a favorite. I love all of them. They're all super good, and there's so many of them that just keep coming out, and I'm so happy about that because I love listening to them, and I'm so happy that more people are wanting to put videos out, not just me. But anyways, I'm going to be letting all of you go. I will be having a live one of these crochet, knit, or work on whatever crochet, knit, or work on whatever fiber arts project that you would like to work on together with me while I work on my project together with all of you. And I plan on having a live one of these next week on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., which is, I live in northern San Diego County in California, so whatever time that is around you would be the time that we'd be all hanging out together. And if that's too late for you, or the time's just not working out, the video will be around afterwards, because I will upload it afterwards onto YouTube, as long as YouTube lets me, because I've never done a live stream, and I believe I figured out the buttons, because now they made live stream really easy. As long as you are all set up on YouTube, then you just hit the live stream button and boom, you're on, whatever kind of camera you're on. And then the thing though that I hope they make easy too is the uploading part, which I'm sure they do, because it seems like they did some update on that I saw on YouTube recently, that, or maybe it's just I just noticed it because I was looking how do you do a live stream, and I was looking at the buttons. I was like, oh, it's that easy. Okay, I'm gonna just do it next week on Wednesday, and I will have the thing that will fit on my tripod, so I'll be able to read if any of you that are joining me are writing in the chat. I'll be able to read those and respond to them, as well as video with all of you, and it will fit nicely in my tripod, my hubby's iPad, as long as I have ordered, because I'm ordering it today, the right clip for it. And I'm super excited because I want to chat with all of you, and it'll be like we're hanging out together virtually, except for it's like we're hanging out next to each other, except for it's virtually. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. And I hope you all have an awesome, wonderful, beautiful day, night, afternoon, no matter where you are from. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to leave me a comment, please comment down below. I love each and every one of your comments, and I always love to comment back. If you would like to join me, follow me, or look at my blog, it hasn't been updated in a while, but it will be updated. The link is down below, as well as all my social media, such as Twitter, Bloglovin, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are all linked down below, as well as the Ravelry podcast group that I have going on, the Paint the World Fire Arts podcast group. I will be updating that, and there will be a giveaway soon, so if you want to keep up with all of that, that's a good way of doing it, and I will be eventually updating it, like I said, and the link is for that down below. If you would like to email me, the link is down below. If I have forgotten anything, the links are all down below, and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.